Hello, beautiful stewards. Welcome back to Steward or Finances. I'm Alexandria, and this channel is about budgeting by faith, cash stuffing, savings challenges, and being a steward, being a faithful steward over what God has given me. In today's video, I'll be unstuffing my wallet from this past week, July 28th to Saturday, August 2nd. And let me tell you, it was an interesting week. I'll walk you through what I budgeted, what I actually spent, and lessons learned. And at the end, I'll show you a new addition I'm using to keep better track of my envelopes because every dollar has an assignment. If you like faith based budgeting and cash stuffing, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss future videos. Now let's dive in. So, daily bread, groceries, I budgeted $40. I actually spent 58.77, going $18.70 over budget. 77 cents. So I went $18.77 over budget. Now, how did I cover that? Remember that freebie envelope that I got from Etsy Blossoming Prosperity? I pulled from there. Lessons here, groceries do creep up. I'm going to be intentional about looking for sales, meal prepping. I didn't meal prep, and make sure I check my cupboard before I head out to the store. The next one is journey fuel. I budgeted $80 and I have $16 left. So $16. Let me grab my cash tray. Where are you? So did good for gas this week. I tried to find sales. I do look at apps to see what is cheap so I can pay cash for it and everything else. This tells me like this week, gas prices were lower. I paid like 282 at some locations. 309 was probably the highest. This was a good week for that. This extra $31, I'm not sure if I'm going to set it aside for the next week, for fuel next week, or maybe put this towards my savings challenges. Okay, Joy Fund. Joy Fund. Oh, we got some change here. So Joy Fund, I allocated $40 and I have $2.66 left. This was this was good. When I use this, I did do takeout. This will go into my change jar. So I'll put it right here. So those go into my change jar. I don't know what I'm gonna do with the change jar yet, but with Joy Fund, it was good to already have money allocated, paid cash. I had to be motivated to actually go out my house and get it. So I did not use Uber or anything. If I wanted that McDonald's, I had to go out and get in my car and get to McDonald's. And that's exactly what I did. I'm glad that I did well on this envelope. Temple care, I didn't budget this week for this category. So temple care is your personal and self-care items. I didn't budget for this week, and that's okay. Sometimes you don't always have to take care of yourself monetarily. So me resting, getting some good sleep, I took care of the temple this week. My overflow, I used all of it. Initially, I thought my job was buying us water to drink because I have a job that's physical in nature. You do lots of sweating. After talking with my supervisor, I realized that her and the other supervisor use their own personal money to buy all of us water. So I decided to give her that $10 to replenish because I do drink a lot of water when I'm working. And it was great, being able to give her that $10. What I'm going to do in the future is savings challenges to make sure I can contribute to the water fund on a regular basis since the supervisors use their own personal money. Okay, my first fruits, I already have the envelope prepared along with my tithe. The whole $120 will go towards offering. And, this makes me happy that I'm able to be mindful and set aside those monies for offering and tithe. Yeah, I'm really happy about that. For Steward's Reserve, this came in handy. I've been needing a kitchen table and shelves and happened to go by a garage sale this morning. So for Steward's Reserve, I put in $100 and I ended up using 80. The table I needed, the shelves I needed. And it was nice to have this in reserve that I could use. This is labeled my miscellaneous and not have to charge it on a credit card. So this will probably go. I still have to decide if I want to use it towards savings challenges or put it over to next week, let it do a rollover. But it was great having that money, being able to negotiate and stay within the budget I needed to stay into. Okay, last but not least, my freebie, the miscellaneous unplanned events. So when I went over my grocery amount, I pulled from this envelope. I allocated $40 for this miscellaneous unplanned events, and I ended up remaining $21. So while I was in the supermarket trying to purchase my food, realizing that I am $18.77 over budget for my groceries, this came in handy. I was able to use this and not have to put anything back. Okay, so what did I learn this week? Groceries need better planning. I need to do a better job looking at what I already have and shop smarter. My Joy Fund is working. I'm not using Uber anymore because we know when we use Uber, not only are we paying for the food, taxes, but we have to tip. So you're paying what could be $17 for your meal. You end up paying maybe $30 after all is said and done. Blessing others bring joy. Overflow did exactly what it needed to do after I found out that the work was not providing the water. It was actually the supervisors using their personal money. It was without second thought. I was able to give her that $10 so she can buy another case of water because I drank that water. And honestly, tracking these things every week gives me so much insight, which brings me to the next point. So I'll be adding budgeting worksheet to my envelopes. I bought these off Amazon. I'll link them in the description below. So it has date, description, amount, and balance. So I'll probably put them in my wallet like this. And when I spend something, I'll have the receipt. I didn't keep most of my receipts. So I will keep my receipts. This way I can track all the spending. I was reading through the Bible and came across Luke chapter 16, verse 10. He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much. So I'm learning to steward what I have, and this will help me with being ready to receive those bigger blessings when they do come and know that I'm being a good steward at what I'm doing, whether I have a small amount or a large amount. So that wraps up this week's Unstuffing. Next week, I'll restuff my wallet on Sundays. Sundays is the beginning of the week, so I'll try to make sure I get the videos out, hopefully on time, on Sundays. For my unstuffing, it will be done at the end of the week on Saturdays, so we can review what worked, what didn't work. If you want to join me on this journey, hit the subscribe button and let's steward our finances together, one envelope at a time. Remember, budgeting isn't just about money. It's about mindset and stewardship. I pray you walk in wisdom and peace as you handle what God has entrusted in you. Thank you for joining me. You have a wonderful week. Goodbye.